All right, y'all, welcome back to EXP Show, where I share my experience of becoming the biggest artist on the planet. Today's episode either 8 or 9. I'm not sure. I think it's 9, though. I'm going to go with my intuition. And I still have nothing to talk about. So we're going to talk about how 75 Hard has been affecting me so far in terms of my excitement for the future, what I want to do when I'm done with it, and how it's going so far. So today is day 39, I believe. And honestly, after around the 2-week period, because like I said, I did this one time before where I got 20-ish days in, 20-something days in, and then I fucked up. And then after reading the rules again, I realized my attempt was never valid in the first place. So even though the attempt wasn't valid, I didn't know that until afterwards. So a lot of the benefits I ended up getting were placebo, but I really did feel like I was getting a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more sturdy, a little bit whatever. Because the only thing I was fucking up on was the diet, but I was doing 2 exercises, I was doing the 10 pages, etc. So this time around, even though I'm doing it for real this time, it's weird because it feels like I've been doing it for a lot longer than just 39 days because of how in between the 2 attempts, I had a couple other attempts or whatever. It was really weird. So I don't know why I did all that explanation. It doesn't really have to do with the main point. The main point I'm trying to make is right now, 39 days in, it's not so much difficult in terms of physically and mentally, and it's not challenging anymore where I have to really push myself to get this stuff done. It's very much on autopilot and automatic. I have the routine dialed in. Like I said yesterday, I wake up, I do my training, I shower, meditate, breakfast. I have my my meal plan already made, and the meal plan I chose is very simple meal plan. I literally have for breakfast, I always have the same protein shake. I have 2 snacks throughout the day. I'll have oats and almonds and peanut butter sandwich. And then my lunch and dinner are the same. I always have either spaghetti, spinach, or I guess it doesn't have to be spaghetti, any pasta really, but pasta, spinach, tomato sauce, chicken breast, and an apple. And then either, depending on what Aldi has, either a protein wrap or protein bread, whatever, as long as it fits the macros, the bread part. But everything else is the same though. Pasta, chicken, spinach, apple, and then a bread carb that fills in the protein and the macros. Or I'll do rice, green beans, olive oil on top of the rice to add some more calories, chicken breast, apple, and then again, either a protein wrap, protein bread, whatever. So it's very boring, but it gets the job done. And it's not hard to make. So I get that meal prep done. I'll meal prep for 4 days. The reading can get kind of difficult. I'd say the most difficult part is getting the pages done because it takes me a while to do the pages since I'm doing highlighting and I'm taking notes and shit. It can take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And a lot of times when I open in the morning for work, I don't have time to do it in the morning. So I have to either do it on lunch or after work. And if I do it on lunch, usually I get the itis because my food is I have to eat so much fucking food to gain weight. So sometimes a lot of time it ends up getting pushed back to after work. And after work, your brain is kind of foggy and you're not really trying to do all that shit. And yeah, it's really interesting, but I still get it done. It's really not too bad. And the exercises, like I said, not too bad either. The other day, my body was fucking killed, but that was only the second or third time. I think it was only the second time that I had to do 2 walking days. Every time else, I've always done at least 1 ruck or 1 bit of strength training or a run. And because I'm on my feet 9 hours for my shift at work, and I was already semi-active before I did 75 hard, I wasn't just a couch potato. It wasn't too hard going to 2 workouts a day. It just kind of was more of a mental thing than a physical thing. So I say that to say the biggest thing that I've noticed with 75 hard that I'm really excited to execute on once I'm done is how much time I have to get shit done if I put a priority on getting it done. If you listen to my music, if you know my story, if you know a little bit about me, Crazy Dreamer is my best project, right? So the last one that I put out, really, that was a full-length project. I'm really proud of it. I think it's a dope project. That shit took me so long to make, and I had all the time in the world. I was literally freeloading at my homie's crib, and I had no bills to pay. I had no responsibilities. I had all the time in the world, and that album took me forever to make. Just out of pure laziness, just because I would spend most of my time smoking, doing nothing, and then I would get sober, and then for 3 days I would actually work and be like, oh wow, I'm so inspired, I make music, and then I would go back to smoking, doing nothing, watching anime, playing fucking video games, playing Final Fantasy 14, playing Dragon Ball Fighters, playing Melee, for real, I wasn't doing shit. And then somehow the project still ended up being made. I don't know how to this day, but I made the project. And yeah, it was cool. But a lot of the downfall that happened from the making of that project to where I'm at now came from my lack of prioritizing and being able to actually appreciate how much time I had. Like, I would get mad at myself. I'll be like, bro, I have so much time, but I don't know what to do with it. And I would just get lazy and I wouldn't want to do shit. And I would end up just fucking off for most of my time. So now with 75 Hard, I don't have that much time to do music. At this point, it's going to be a meme because the majority of these first episodes, you guys aren't going to see anything music related at all. I'm barely going to talk about it because I'm not making music right now. I'm barely mixing, mastering my project. Like, when I get time on days off, I'll get a couple sessions in, maybe 30 minutes, an hour. So I could do more. Like I said, I am still kind of being, what's the word? I'm still not optimizing 100%. But 75 Hard does take a lot out of you. Doing 2 45-minute workouts, plus the reading, plus having to meal prep, and then what's the other thing? I feel like there's something I'm missing. No, that's really it. Yeah, the 2 45-minute workouts plus reading plus meal prepping really takes this fucking toll in terms of like your time throughout the day. Like, for example, tonight I get out at 9:30 at work, and then I'm spending 45 minutes on this ruck. Now I'm doing this video. It's only gonna take 10 minutes, but like that whole 45 minutes to hour, like I could be making music, you feel me? Or the 10 pages that I did this morning, it took me like half an hour, 45 minutes or so to do I did like 15, 16 pages, taking notes and everything too. I could have used that to do music, you feel me? Like, so I'm excited now because even though I have less time because of all the responsibilities I have, I know I'm gonna get way more done because I know now how to actually prioritize my time. And that's a really interesting thing because I know so many people who have all the time in the world, like I used to have, and they just don't get shit done. But then there's people who barely have time. You hear stories about it all the time. Like, yeah, you know, I was working 2 jobs and I was at school and I still found a way to study and get good grades. And you look at these motherfuckers and you're like, how is that possible? And it really is just prioritization. They weren't fucking around. They spent all their energy and all their time getting the job done. And if they weren't working on getting the job done, they were sleeping. Like, it has to be that way. And I'm happy I'm in a position now where I really I'm forced to execute with that framework, or else I won't get anything done because it's just not going to happen. And once I'm able to master that framework and literally spend all my waking hours outside of work, you know, working on music or working on marketing or working on building a fan base, building a community, telling stories, you know, garnering attention, all the stuff that it's going to take to become, you know, a really big artist, then once I actually do get to quit my job, once I actually do have more free time and open things up more, it's going to be like playing on easy mode. So that's what I'm trying to convey with this. Like, what I like about 75 Hard is that it basically, like, you're purposefully playing on hard mode, and then now once you're done with it, you get to be like, oh shit, okay, I'm going to keep some things, obviously. I'm going to keep the workouts. Like, I'm probably always going to work out in the morning now for the rest of my life, as long as I can, you know, I have the mental fortitude to do that. I'm going to keep working out in the morning. But I don't have to keep reading those 10 pages every fucking day. If I have the knowledge, if I have everything I need, then I don't need to be seeking more knowledge, right? Like, I don't need to keep reading these books. So instead, I'll spend that time making music, writing, practicing rapping, like practicing production, practicing mixing. And it just feels like, I don't know, it's part of me, it's half and half, because part of me is really excited because when I do execute on the things that I'm saying, everything's going to open up. I feel like I know I've been a very inconsistent artist, and that's what plagues a lot of like smaller artists is it's hard to gain momentum because it's always very start, stop. So now I'm in a place where I know I won't fuck up and I won't kill my own momentum. I will continue to prioritize and like keep making content, keep making music, keep practicing, and I'm not going to fall off, because if I can do 75 fucking hard, I can do that. You feel me? Like, that's not actually as hard as this shit. And that's what excites me. But at the same time, part of me is a little bit scared because 75 Hard, although it's difficult, God, I got sweat in my eyes right now, fuck. Although it's difficult, it's relatively simple. Whereas, you know, because it's like everything's laid out for you. You know, you have 5 critical tasks that you have to do every single day. And as long as you get those done, that's a win. But when it comes to building a fan base and becoming an artist and blowing up, Tim Grover talks about it. He's like, when it comes to winning, it's like a test with no correct answers. Like, it's not just about pushing through. A lot of people say you just have to push through, but you know, it's not just pushing. You have to push, you have to pull, you have to twist, you have to climb, you have to claw. Like, there's every step of the way, there's something different that you have to do, and there's no exact fucking answer to it. So part of me is a little bit scared that I'll do 75 Hard, and then I'll be like, okay, now I can do this. And then I try, and then I fucking fail again, you know. And that's always going to be a little bit of fear in my mind about that, because I've tried so many different things. I've tried, you know, atomic habits. I tried building habits slowly over time. I've tried, you know, deep work and using deep work principles and everything technically works, you know, that I've tried. It's just that I haven't done it long enough and consistently enough to actually see the results. So I'm really excited about 75 hard, because I am doing it finally long enough to feel and see the results. Like physically, obviously, I'm getting way stronger. Obviously, I wear shirts all the time. Like, I have a sleeper build. You can't see, but like my physique is going crazy right now. I'm super excited to put the transformation pic, I guess. I'm also excited because even though like right now I'm trying to gain weight, obviously I'm a pretty skinny person, but it's really hard to gain weight when you do 2 fucking exercises, because you're just shedding a lot of calories, even though I do eat a lot. So I'm excited because once I go down to just doing 1 workout, I'm going to be saving all those calories, and I know I'm going to gain a lot more weight, and I'm going to get a lot bigger. So that's going to be really fun. In terms of reading, I mean, I've been reading books, but I definitely haven't been as consistent about reading as I have been now. And now I have way more confidence when it comes to, okay, if there's a book that I need to actually read to gain some knowledge, I know I can just read 10 pages a day. Like, I can commit to that. And I've done it for 75 days, so why not just do it for, I don't know, 20 days to take that it might take this book, or 14 days, or whatever. So there's just so many things that basically 75 hard proves to yourself, that gives you the confidence to actually go out and do shit. And even during 75 hard, I've made more progress on completing this project during 75 hard than before, even though I've had way less time and way more responsibilities and way shittier circumstances. And that's just a testament to, when you control the things that you can control consistently, your brain starts like developing this voice in your head that's like, bro, just get that shit done. You can do it. Like it just gets done. It's weird. It's super dope though. So I don't know, I'm confident, but I'm fearful at the same time, which I guess is a good position to be in, because it keeps me sharp. It doesn't get me, you know, doesn't make me complacent. I know that it's not just going to be, okay, I completed 75 hard, now I can do whatever I want, because that doesn't change anything. It means I didn't change. So yeah. The other part that's kind of difficult is because, like, for example, today I was fucking craving beef jerky, like on some random shit. And maybe tomorrow it might be I'll crave French fries, and maybe I'll crave smoking weed, and especially smoking weed, because this is the longest I've been sober since probably I started smoking in like high school. Or no, probably since I dropped out of college, rather. Like in the past 5 to 6 years, this is the longest I've been consistently sober. I don't drink, honestly. I'll drink socially here and there with the homies. I might have a beer or two, but I don't crave drinking. But weed, I'm a huge pothead. I fucking love smoking, because I have ADHD, and the voices in my head just are so crazy, and the thoughts or whatever, and weed is the only thing that like just kills everything and lets you just calm down and relax. So I don't really smoke weed to like get high and like have fun, oh my god. It's just to quiet my mind. But what's nice is that all the stuff that I'm doing during 75 hard is helping to quiet my mind and help me gain control. So I don't crave it as much as before. That's the only reason why I've been able to be sober for this long. And just proving to myself that I can stay sober is really nice. But at the same time, part of me is scared that, you know, day 76 is gonna come and I'm gonna be like, all right, fuck it, let's smoke, boys, let's celebrate. And then I just fall back into all my old patterns and habits. I mean, I like to think it's not gonna happen that way, because when you do something for 75 fucking days, it's like now you've built that habit. You know, it's not just like a 21 day, 30 day, it's like 75 fucking days. Like, as I've noticed that now, like certain things that I do really are on autopilot, and it feels good. So I'm hopeful that when I'm done, even if I do take a celebration day, it's not gonna be like, okay, now I just go down the slippery slope. But I think ideally, I really want to skip the celebration day and just go straight into, okay, let's get work done. Let's focus 100% on making this project. Let's focus 100% on blowing up and making this vision that I have in my head to come to life, instead of just talking about it all the time. But I think it'll work out. I really have a good feeling. And if it doesn't, fuck it, I'll try something else. But like, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make it work one way or another. But I think anybody who's willing to go through the hell that is 75 hard, while all the circumstance, like, I'm not even telling y'all the whole story of what's going on in my life right now. That's the crazy part. But going through 75 hard now and completing it, mind you, this is just so I can develop the discipline and the mental fortitude to do the things that I actually want to do. Because for the past 6 years, I've tried to do this stuff and I always fail. I always come up short. So now it's like, okay, I have to do something extreme to develop these skills that I need. And I know that I have this deficiency, so how can I tackle it? That's where 75 hard came in. So I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just procrastinating. Maybe I'm just using this as an excuse to not work on music, for all I know. I mean, I don't think I am. I know I'm not, for real, but it's always in the back of my head, you know? You never really know. That's the fucked up part about this. A lot of people, especially throughout my life, you know, I've always been that smart but lazy kid. I've always been very like articulate, really talented. I learn things very quickly. And a lot of motherfuckers throughout my life, I've always just said like, oh yeah, he's gonna do something great. And that's, although it's a compliment, obviously, like it feels good. It's like, okay, I guess, like, I appreciate that y'all, you know, believe in me and shit. But actually going through the phases of trying to do some like great shit is so fucking, like, I have no idea what could happen. You know what I mean? I tell myself that for sure. Like, I'm 100% confident. Like, I know I am. And a lot of days I am. But there's no 100% in this shit. Like, I could die tomorrow. I could get hit by a car. Boom. Everything. Just, I could get stabbed. I could get shot. I could just maybe flop. Like, maybe it's just not my time. Like, maybe I could just do everything the right way and it's just not gonna work. I don't know, you know? So it's really weird. It's really weird feeling where everybody tells you that you're supposed to do some great shit and you feel like you have all the tools and all the talent and everything is equipped for you to do great shit, but you still don't know for sure, you know? But I know for sure, because if I didn't know, then I wouldn't be going this fucking hard, right? Like, you have to know. I guess it's kind of contradictory, huh? Whatever. This video is longer than I wanted it to be, and I don't give a